Okay, guys, here's the latest. The IQD is holding strong at 1,309 IQD to $1. However, here's the breaking news. Iraq's oil production is collapsing. This is not only an Iraqi crisis, but a global crisis. Oil prices are moving to and above $100 per barrel. According to industry sources, oil production from Iraq's major southern fields has collapsed by about 70%, falling from roughly 4.3 million barrels per day to just 1.3 million barrels per day. The reason is simple but dramatic. The ongoing conflict in the region has effectively blocked oil shipments through the Strait of Hormuz.
In the Strait of Hormuz, thousands of vessels are at a standstill. 20,000 sailors from all across the world find themselves at the heart of this conflict. Among them is this Greek engineer.
Fighter planes, fighter planes.
On social media, he shares his day-to-day life, punctuated by alarms and anxiety over a situation with no apparent end.
We must ration our consumption of water, of food, and of petrol. We do not know how long this situation will last.
Among these ships, 5 are French. The main ship owner has said the crews on board have enough supplies for 15 days. In total, there are between 50 to 100 French sailors aboard around 50 ships. According to the International Maritime Organization, it's impossible to know when the situation might end.
5 ports have been affected, so ships are not in a position right now to be able to carry out crew change, let alone disembark them to repatriate.
The area is being bombarded with missiles, and incidents of ships being struck are multiplying, as this oil tanker was a few days ago. Around 10 ships are believed to have been hit by projectiles, and 2 deaths have been officially reported. In just a few days, traffic in the Strait of Hormuz has come to a standstill. As these radar images show, only about 10 boats have passed through since the start of the week.
The ships are no longer really covered by insurance.
Without access to that shipping route, Iraqi crude oil has nowhere to go. Tankers are unable or unwilling to enter the sea, and storage tanks at Iraq's southern export terminals are quickly filling up. When the storage reaches capacity, oil producers have no choice but to cut production, even though the oil is still in the ground and ready to be pumped. This is a major economic problem for Iraq because Iraq depends heavily on oil. In fact, more than 90% of Iraq's government revenue comes from oil exports, meaning that when exports stop, the nation's main source of income suddenly disappears. The situation also has global consequences. The Strait of Hormuz normally carries about 1/5 of the world's oil shipments, so disruptions there can ripple across the energy markets and push prices even higher. As long as the shipping remains restricted and the conflict continues, Iraq's oil production and the global energy markets are likely to remain under pressure. In short, Iraq's oil isn't running out. The problem is that they can't reach the world. And because Iran is bombing northern Iraq, the Kurdistan region, they aren't able to get oil out that way as easily either. So this is breaking news. This is global news. This is a mess. And I have no doubt that this is going to affect Iraq's economy seriously if the conflict doesn't come to an end and soon. Now, for a quick moment, let's move to VND. Here's what you must always remember about Vietnam. The State Bank of Vietnam does not, and I repeat, does not allow the dong to float freely. Instead, the State Bank of Vietnam manages the rate against the dollar to keep exports competitive and avoid large shocks. I guess that would mean profits also. With this being said, the channel is not sure when we will see a substantial increase, if ever, in the VND exchange rate. We may need to employ the same ROI strategy that we are applying to Iraq for the fastest return on our investment. Join the channel's membership to learn more.